Yo, go on YouTube, put in Papa Bands, and make sure you listen to that music and watch them videos, you heard? Follow the bro on Instagram too. QU in the building, you heard? Gen Pop Gang, Z-Man, Suicide Polo with the Ski Man, yeah. And always and forever like Heat Wave. If you like what I'm doing over here, feel free to send me a Cash App donation, you heard? If you a rapper and you need that music promo on the channel, holla at me. Or if you want to get in a collab, holla at me. You heard? We get it in. That's a fact. Make sure y'all go subscribe to that Gen Pop music page too. A lot of my music I took off my YouTube page because it was causing too much problems with my copyright issues and my partnership with YouTube and all of that. So all of the music and most of my music videos is going to be on the Gen Pop music page on YouTube. Put in Gen Pop Music St. Laz and it'll pop up. Make sure you subscribe to that. Hit the bell so you can stay in tune with that music. Yeah.
Where it was no ending, I couldn't get away. I jumped out. My man's in the car. They was trying to tell me to get rid of the ambulance. And like them niggas like they crazy. I ain't getting rid of shit, nigga. I told them when I stop this car, jumping out this car, I'm blowing this thing. Y'all know what to do. Get it low. Age 11, I got locked up for there was about 4 attempt murders on police, and the survivors that had went wrong. You know, it was me and my boy John D. Rest in peace. That's my comrade. He passed away back like in '98, or like in 2000, matter of fact. It's my crimey right there, and a young kid that was with us ran away. By the name of Kofi. That's my boy though. We was young. Now I was 8, 9 years old, running around robbing everything. I was a different breed from my hood.
Where you from again? West Brighton?
West Brighton, born and raised. Sunshine known me his whole life. I know Sunshine, that whole story you did. You know, I know that whole story. It's a crazy story, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, the robbery that went wrong on the off-duty cop. And that shit went crazy. They shut the whole fucking hood down.
It happened in West Brighton?
It happened in West Brighton, right there. Richmond Terrace and North Berger. Right there. It used to be monkey bars right there. It ain't there right now. Back then, the projects were like a little fucking maze. The Markham Gardens and shit. That shit was like a little maze. So it was like maybe about 50 alleys and within that whole motherfucking projects right there. So that hood is so infamous because word is born. There haven't been no drug sales ever made down there that's been recorded, like no drug activity, no drug arrests. It's just been straight violence down there. How that hood was set up and organized back then was so crazy. I was a shorty coming up, and the people I came up under, rest in peace, Tinker and LK, you know, those are the ones that showed me the game, you know what I'm saying? And they had the hood back then, you know what I'm saying? And the gardens. Then Younger than wound up taking it. But back then the hood was crazy. It was definitely organized in a way to where if you wasn't from West Brighton, you wouldn't get no love out there. You know what I'm saying? Unless you was really with somebody that had a lot of respect. And that nigga didn't give a fuck. We was raised different. We was raised to fight each other and kill everybody else. By all the older kids, by all the older dudes from by my way. So we had a different mentality coming up. Niggas had to go through basic training coming out the house. That's something that's missing nowadays that these kids don't even know nothing about. And you had to be put through the test to see where the fuck your heart is at. Ironically, I was one of the ones that was a missile. I was on a pistol. Jay, he gave it to my young boy, one of my best friends, Joni. I don't know why he gave it to him, boy. Word is born, it changed my life. It's like, we had to be like, I'm going back to 80, 87, 88 type shit, you heard? Sega was out, shit like that. Niggas is playing Sega, 80, 89 type shit. Niggas is playing Sega. And all I could think about is the hammer that my man, that older dude gave my friend. And my friend, that was my friend. He wasn't crazy like that, but that was still my friend. I was the one that was like, nigga, give that shit to me. Even though I don't know why my mental was like that back then, but that's a whole nother story. You know, that's all this shit. But I just wanted to steal on that shit from my friend, man. And that shit changed my life. I took that fucking gun out of his pocket while they was playing that Sega Genesis game. Went home, went back in the bathroom, made love to that shit. Came out the next day. They knew what happened, though. They knew I took it, but I broke bread. I started robbing. I shut down the whole hood. Back then we had Sam's Cab, Apple Cab, D-Joys. I'm 8, 9 years old. This NWA era. So my mind, I'm on that timing. Black hat, gloves, shades, corn cabs. Let me get a cab, go to Pathwalk. Let me get a cab, go here. I got my homeboys holding me down. Look out for me. We kids, 8, 9 years old. The whole hood knew I was doing this shit. I'm robbing cab drivers every day. I stopped the cab drivers from coming in the back of the building.
What type of hammer you said it was?
They had a Glock 17.
So you was running around 8, 9 years old with that Glock 17 robbing cabs?
Glock 17. The whole hood will tell you. Whole hood will tell you. You know what I'm saying? I was a loud wire from the hood, man. But it was a handful of us. We had, rest in peace, my boy John D, Pioneer. You know, these are people from my era. Everybody that was somebody back then. We was crazy back then. Pioneer, John D, rest in peace. Those are people that everybody I grew up with came up in the streets with, doing a whole bunch of madness and dumb shit back then. You know, they long gone right now. You know, rest in peace to all of them. Those are my brothers forever.
How that robbery happened with the police with the 4 attempts?
Yeah, I wound up getting the juvenile life sentence. They gave me a restricted restricted RJD sentence, which is like wasn't supposed to be released at the age of 21. Sparfit, Harlem Valley, Goshen, Brookwood, you name it. I kicked out of DFY, went to DOC on say birthday, and they let me out at the age of 17. I came home like 3, 4 months prior to my 18th birthday. No, I came home June 98. That's when I was released, June 98. And it was madness for me. The day I came home, madness came home. I was mad at the world, bro. I didn't even know how mad I was or why I was fucking mad, but I came home in a whole different mission. This on self-destruction. Everybody that know me, they know that. I was a leader, always a leader by example. And so once I got everybody together how I wanted it, the team was over. The whole hood was over. The whole Staten Island was over. 98 was a dangerous and treacherous year, man. A lot of people died. Came home 98, and I was locked right back up by 2000. Well, no, I locked back up again 99. So some other dumb shit came home from that I came right back for a body in Queens that took place. And I had a whole nother attempt murder on police in the same area in West Brighton all over again. Like I said, 98 was a dangerous year, man. Very dangerous. Whether like I said, 98 I came home, and me and my peoples. Everybody knows Shati. He the one that Sunshine was speaking about in regards to the homicide, the cop getting killed. That's my comrade, that's my brother. Goldie, North, Charms, Cat. It was a lot of people on the set. ST. That's real dangerous characters that I'm speaking about. Like, it was a real dangerous time in Staten Island. And everybody that knows what the fuck I'm talking about. But like I said, I wound up getting jammed right back up for a homicide in Queens in 2000. With a whole nother set of attempt on police. I was on the run for the homicide in Queens. I got into a high-speed chase in Staten Island. Police tried to pull me over, coming from Perkins, like 4 in the morning. Police tried to pull me over, me and a few other people. My man Gritty, and somebody by the name of Radass. Police tried to flag me. I wasn't with it. I had like 3 hammers on me in the rest. Tried to get away, couldn't get away. Jumped on the highway, tried to get away from them. I started blowing on the niggas on the highway, on the police. Took them on a high-speed chase from Staten Island highway, back to my projects, made it through my projects, ran through my projects. By that time, I had the whole fucking 122 cent on me. SWAT team, helicopter, surveillance, everything. I wasn't getting away. No way getting around this. I already knew it was, but I went all the way with this shit. Ran through my hood, ran through Broadway, ran through the whole projects. Cop cars, helicopters on me. Marble, swiping them, dodging them. I made it all the way back down to the Marble homes, where it was no ending. I couldn't get away. I jumped out. My man's and them in the car. They was trying to tell me to get rid of the hammers. And that them niggas like, they crazy. I ain't getting rid of shit, nigga. I told them, when I stop this car, jumping out this car, I'm blowing this thing. Y'all know what to do. Get low. All the way in this corner. The block right before Richmond Terrace. I forgot that lane. The name of the lane, Markham Lane, one of them lanes, some shit like that. I hopped out. I threw like 4 shots. They threw like 9, 10 shots at me, and I ran. But I couldn't go nowhere. Like I said, I had the helicopters. They hit me with the fucking van. I got up, made it like 4 other blocks. It was, man, shit.
What you mean? They tried to run you over and hit you with the van?
Oh yeah, them niggas almost broke my fucking kneecaps. My knees still fucked up to this day.
You say your knee still fucked up to this day?
Word. As soon as I jump out the whip, I started flaming on. My man in the passenger seat, he got away. He jumped out, kept it moving. Somebody was in the back seat. He could have got away, but he didn't got away. I mean, that's why I went down the way I went down. But that's a whole nother story. But yeah, I flamed at them, kept it moving, ran through one of the alleys, threw the hammer in my boy's backyard, and moving. By the time I got to Elm Street, they hit me with the van. Elm Street and Richmond Terrace. When they hit me, I kept it moving. I got right back up, jumped over a car, jumped through somebody's backyard. I made it like 2 blocks over. And that's when they hit me again. I was swarmed, and that was that. They had me, apprehended me. Meanwhile, they get me to the precinct, 120 precinct. They charging me for the fucking all these attempt murders on the cops. So I'm sitting there thinking, I'm like, all right, fuck, I'm going to deal with this shit. Meanwhile, I don't even know I'm on the run for the homicide personally at the time. So the kid that was in the back, he there with me. I mean, because he never made it out the car. And we the 120 police, and I'm thinking I'm gonna go to court the next morning. See the judge, regular procedure shit. You see the judge next morning, waiting in Central Police, 120 police and shit. And homicide pulled up, taking a ride with us, Mr. Washington. Like, for what? They ain't tell me nothing. They took me all the way to 103rd Precinct. Line up, went through the whole full detail, but homicide officer, he told me straight up, I just didn't believe him. So, yo, your boy in the next room. So Mr. in the next room right now, singing like a fucking canary on some movie shit. I ain't believe him. I said, yeah, show it to me in black and white. He went about his business. I went about my business with the lineup and the procedure got picked out and went through my motion. They first charged me with murder in the first degree for the homicide. So all this happened within like 24 hours. Cop shit. I ain't even see the judge yet for the Staten Island case. So now they got me out here in Queens fighting this shit. Now I'm fighting this shit, looking at this shit, what the fuck. Alright, so after the lineup, following morning, they took me to Staten Island court for them attempts and assaults on the police officers and shit, plus the weapon charges shit. And this one I know it was real. So like after I get a ring, they put me back down to the pens. I'm on the phone. I jump immediately on the phone to call my lady at the time. She was just in a courtroom and shit. So I'm on the phone with her. Well, I'm on the old boy that was just in the back seat with me, Devin the precinct. You know, the police shit. He winds up coming into the pens. When the SEALs let him in the pens, but the SEALs fuck me. They've been knowing me forever coming through there. So I think they did that shit deliberately just to let me know like what was that do. Cause I'm on the phone. I'm like, hold on, babe. I'm gonna call you back. I immediately like addressed the issue. I'm like, yo, what the fuck's up with you? Like, I know these police play games, but they talking about you saying this, you saying that. You know, I got knowledge of self, so you know, and at the time he had knowledge of self. So, you know, he went with the guard body thing. Your word is born to the falls of this, word is born this, I would never. But as soon as he said that, all you hear is man Keys running to the back. We all the way in the back cell, last cells. They come to the courthouse off Charge G, this the old courthouse. They bum us the cell. Mr. You know you can't be in the cell, Mr. Walker, you got separation against him. They grab him up, yank him out the cell. I'm like, I'm caught up in the day, like, oh shit. And heartbroken too at the same time because he's somebody that I had love for and that I was really looking out for and taking care of from the streets to the pen. That's when I knew what he did. I mean, what he did. I get back on the phone with my lady. She like, yo, I just seen this motherfucker walk out the front door. Like, what? No, he didn't. He moved to another. He just walked right by me. And he definitely did. They let him go. He gave them a 3-page statement on me, on a homicide, and on the police shit, and made a video statement. I wound up going through the motions, fighting back and forth, Staten Island wound up dropping the charges on me just to a weapon possession. You know, they thought my life was over fighting that murder in the first degree charge in Queens. And they dropped that down to a weapon possession. I wound up getting fired for that shit. I wound up fighting the case in Queens. I went through mad bullshit with the mad politics, hiring all these fucking lawyers. Scott Brett-Snyder involved with Didio and all that, but Didio did a thing. Scott Brett-Snyder was a piece of shit. So he involved me for like $30,000 at the time on the case, and sold my fucking case out. Threw a brother on the case that's supposed to be in the streets at the fucking time. You know, this fucking heavy thing, but he cooperated with the whole homicide case. But I wound up getting that shit worked down by blessings, getting the five of Staten Island coming with a 10 over there for the homicide in Queens. Altogether, right now, as we speak, I gave prison 22 years of my life, man. I've been home for the past 3 years. I mean, got my own label now, independent 10310 Kids. Just working, trying to get my music out, you know, and do something different, and give these kids a different story. I mean, I come to kick the rail with them because I've been through a lot of shit, man. You know, the shit that they embarking on, they're not really ready for it, man. This shit out here is different. Like, I came through it different ever. You know, that last interview you did with Pow Wow and all them, I was there with all them. I mean, me and my boy Paris. Shout out Paris Perkins. That's my motherfucking heart. He in Clinton right now. But you know, but I come through the ranks for all them boys. You know, ironically, I'm from Staten Island. There's only a handful of us that stood out. And my weekend always stood out. I always got busy. I'm only 5'6", my nigga. I mean, I ain't no giant, but I got the heart of a giant. You know.
So when you said they gave you life at 11 years old, that was only up to you was 21? Like,
yeah, definitely. See, I look in New York State. in New York State, if you receive a juvenile life sentence as an RJD, restricted juvenile delinquent, the max they can hold you is to the age of 21. Other than that, the other law that they had for JDs at that present time was, I believe you could only receive up to 9 to 12 years, 12 to life as a juvenile back then.
Yeah, I think they changed it to 9 to life eventually. You was too young to get the 9 to life though at 11 years old, right?
That's what it was, I believe, bro.
They caught you trying to rob a cab?
Nah, it was an off-duty cop that I didn't know, man. Ironically, me and my boy, rest in peace, John Blocker. That's my bro. We was on some shit back then. We was jamming everything. We was jamming everything moving. We get off the bus coming from school. It was like fucking 2:45 in the afternoon. We got off the bus coming from school. We went to one of them 600 schools past 40. Past 40 was 600 schools in Staten Island. The worst kids of the worst went there. If you went there, your next stop was either prison or somewhere else, either the fucking graveyard. But that was our school. Coming from there, we had that thing on us every day. Every day. It was that school where you had to have your hand on you. But we was kids, but it was like that back then. Especially back then. But getting off that bus one day, walking by these dudes, man. All I seen was a dude with a Rolex on, man. And we already knew what that was, man. We walked past and we both looked at each other. I'm like, I'm getting him. He's like, let's get him. Spun. Hey, mister, you got the time? We kids at the time. Hey, mister, you got the time? He looked down at his watch. That's all it took. So he looked down and I clicked on him. Get that up. Like, he trying to talk us out of it. Son, you don't know what you're doing. Put down the gun. My boy yapped that shit off his motherfucking wrist. We kept it moving. He jumped in the whip. Beeman Avenue is long as hell coming from Henderson to Richmond Terrace. So that's a long ass fucking run. So he's running down the fucking street. Meanwhile, this guy's he's right in the middle of the street. We on the sidewalk. He's in the middle of the street trying to talk. It's like, hey, stop, please. We make it all the way to Richmond Terrace. I make the left from Richmond Terrace. Soon I got the North Burger. He knew once we made it into the Markham Gardens that it was over. That he would never find us. He would never get back that watch. Across the street, he tried to jump the sidewalk and run us over. Luckily, I slid to the side. I just opened fire on the car. Now little like 10 shots or shit like that. Ran through the alley, threw the gun in my man's backyard again. My same homeboy from my other situation. Threw the gun in his backyard and kept it moving. Boom. We get all the way up like the Wayne Street and Broadway. By the time we get to Wayne Street and Broadway, now we walking and shit. Now we see mad blue and whites flying down the car. Man, all you hear is cop cars. Page 18 is right there. Page 18 and Henderson right there. All you see is cop cars flying down from every intersection, every way you could think of, they coming. Ironically, there was one cop car that slowed down, looked at me and John. Oh, crazy, we got book bags on, JanSports, shit like that. Cop, he stopped and looked at me and John. Kept it moving. We went up the block to the projects, dropped off our book bags. I came right back outside. Dropped off my book bag, went inside the house real quick. Ironically, soon I'm walking in the house, my grandmother's house, her good friend, Miss Macbeth, is telling my grandmother about what happened down the block. Word didn't already got up the block, that a cop, there was a cop shooting down the block. I'm like, oh shit, so she's like, where you going? I'm like, I'm going back outside. She's like, be careful, something happened. I said, yeah, I know, Grandma. I went right back outside. As soon as I went outside, that's when the big homies, they fucked me up because I shut the hood down. Like, you made it hot. You can't get no money out here. of helicopters flying around the projects, but all the attention was really down the block in the Malcolm homes. Down the Malcolm home, they was going crazy. They did a door-to-door search. If you was home or not, they was kicking your shit and coming. They was kicking your shit and coming in there looking for us, boy. They was not playing. They was not playing. We should have, like I said, like 2:45 in the afternoon, boy. So I'm up the block the whole entire time. I get word that Kofi got locked up. Kofi was with us too, but he was just way behind us. I go about my day. We doing our thing, smoking, drinking, but it's shut down. I mean, it's helicopters flying around my projects, 2 or 3 helicopters. There's 2 projects back to back crossing the street in a diagonal, West Braid and Malcolm Gardens. Whole shit shut down. Nobody made no money. So the big homies fucked me up, punched me up and all that shit. I made it hot. We made it hot. John got low. I don't even know where the fuck he at. I heard he was down the block, and that was that. Meanwhile, it's like around 9 or 10 o'clock at night. I go home now to my house. My mom's came home from work. I'm living at 810 at the time. My man John D, at the time, rest in peace, he lived over us on the 7th floor. Him and his brother Brucey and shit. Shout out to Brucey. Like around 11 o'clock at night, I'm laying in my bed. I'll never forget this shit. I'm listening to The Ghost of Ray. Can't believe why I was so simple. Listening to that shit on the radio, on a cassette tape. Shit wasn't even out yet, matter of fact, at the time. Next thing I know, I fall out, but I wake up. A whole bunch of punches. I'm being punched. I'm being fucked up in my crib. Like, I wake up, a gun in my head. Police fucking me up. Ransacking my house, fucking my shit up. Fucking my mom's shit up. That's how they caught me for that shit, boy. They ran in there, locked me up, violated the crib, kicked my mom's out the projects behind that shit.
You was only 11 when they nabbed you?
Yeah, hell yeah. Yeah, I was 11. Front page paper, Daily News, Babyface Gangster. Rob and shoot cops. Check it out, they never said my name in the article, you know what I'm saying? But you could look it up, Staten Island Advance. November 11th, 1994. It was election, whatever election day was that day. That's what made it so crazy. If the shit happened on election day. You know? I mean, because it was already hot at the time. But, you know, niggas young. I'm a kid. I ain't know no better. I'm out here trying to come up however I come up at that time. Shit was crazy.
Yeah, but let me ask you that too, bro. Why was you in the streets so young like that? Like, I mean, your parents was around, or like, why was you able to be in the streets wilding out like that?
Yo, it's crazy. My pops, you already know the game, man. This nigga smoked out, you know, left and all that, but, you know, there ain't no shit story. But, yo, niggas came up rough, man. West Brighton was crazy back then, G. I mean, like, I don't give a fuck from what age bracket you was, you heard? When you came out that house back then, it was an order. Even from back then, it was an order. Where if you wanted to be in that motherfucking park and playing and doing certain things, you had to be a certain way. You had to be tough. You had to be a certain way. You had to fight. If not, you was getting ran down. You wouldn't have shit. He's gonna take everything from your shoelaces, everything, yeah? All your JanSport, all the little fucking patches niggas had a big robbed. You getting all that. Gas, all that shit getting robbed. Getting stripped. Niggas was hungry out there. It was fucked up, man. It was hard. Like, I come from a household where my mom's is the only girl out of 7 boys. I mean, I'm the baby. So, you know, she worked, doing her best. I was caught up in the streets at a younger age. My influence was a little different. I had uncles that was in the streets, you know, that gravitated me infinitely law. You know, which helped me gravitate to the streets at a early age. And you know, not saying that, but shit was hard. I seen shit that I shouldn't have seen, you know, and I seen homicides at an early age, man. Yeah, early age that fucked me up, man. You know, shit right there. Like, the shit was Brighton was different, my nigga. Cops was not coming at that time. They was bang outs all day. So niggas was, I done seen dead bodies sitting right there in the park for hours. I mean, I'm walking to the store just to go get a loaf of bread. I ain't never forget that shit. But I don't know. What gravitated me to the streets, I was a lord to that shit from an early age. I don't know why, man. I can't even tell you why, you know. I just knew that where I come from, you had to have heart to survive. And you had to have heart. And you had to be with the shits. Back then, my friends, John D, Pioneer, we all come from fucked up family households, man, you know. And, you know, the streets got the best of us, you know what I'm saying? From that ever, I'm the only one still alive that was doing the things that we was doing back then. I'm the only one still alive. A few other homies still around, but they wasn't doing the things that we was doing. They was like our friends. Like, you got friends that's into shit, and you got friends that's just there because those are your homies and y'all grew up together, and, you know, they around. But, you know, and that's just how that shit went, man. You know, the West, that shit was called the Wild Wild West, man. It wasn't called the Wild Wild West for nothing. Like, it was a hood where, like I said, we was raised to fight each other and kill everybody else. You understand the mentality of this hood? This is the hood where it's like, to this day, we can't name of I probably think about one or two people that killed somebody from West Brighton. Everybody else, the mentality was we the ones that run around doing the dirt to everybody else. That was our mentality. That's how it was back then. But nobody's label was Brighton. Yeah, a lot of legends that came from there. A lot of bloodlines. See, Law caught a bit like in '83 and shit. Went away. And he wound up going to a juvenile DFY facility. Ironically, he wound up going to Harlem Valley. So I got, this is when I was like maybe 2, 3 years old, on a visiting floor in Harlem Valley as a kid, you heard? Inside my little sailor outfit. Or as a baby back, I'm going back to '83, '84 when the sailor outfits was popping. And shit, '82 maybe even. But yeah, I had my little sailor outfit on the visiting floor with him, and how ironic that, you know, as years go down and I wound up getting caught up in the streets, and I wound up going away. That's the first year I ran Harlem Valley. My mom used to come see me. I used to think about that shit, you know. I was in Harlem Valley ironically twice. I got kicked out that jail twice. But I remember that shit clear as day. I still got the pictures, me being in there. You know what I mean? But that's crazy because, like, when you really think about it, that's how that cycle ends, man. I don't know if it's something in the air, you know, going through them doors as a kid, bringing them babies through there or more, but I remember that shit. It's a fucked up cycle. And that's something that has to be rectified, boy. Because if not, we're going to be doomed for more generations to come. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man, you know, it's fucked up, but what it really is that, you know, the whole penitentiary system, it just preys on motherfuckers that come from where we come from. So it's like we just cash cows to these motherfuckers. Like, we gonna always fill the motherfucking penitentiary up. They know if we in poverty, we out here in these hoods, we all broke, fucked up, we gonna stay going to jail, we gonna stay committing felonies, and we gonna always pack them jails and create jobs and opportunities for other motherfuckers like lawyers, DAs, judges, cops.
Right.
We create these niggas income by going back and forth to the penitentiary. You know what I mean? For them, that cycle going on.
Yeah, so that's right. You got caught up in that cycle. That's why I thought, you know, but Brothers is more aware now, man. Brothers is more conscious than back then. Brothers was in a state of just, back then it was more like black power, fight the power and all that other shit. But nobody was really taking a stance. We had different classes. Now brothers is more aware. Brothers know, man. It's been devastation for what, 2-3 decades now, man. So brothers trying to get together, especially for the brothers that been through that shit, that know better, man.
Yeah, if you notice a pattern, man, with a lot of these, what I'm trying to do is with a lot of these interviews is I'm trying to diagnose shit. Like, now I mean, if we notice a lot of these interviews with stories from dudes, we all kind of got the same story. Like,
That's right.
either both or one of our parents was on drugs. Our parents was type young and negligent and let us be in the streets thinking that it wasn't going to end up with niggas catching bodies and going to the penitentiary. You feel what I'm saying? And then, niggas is in housing projects, public housing, welfare, poor, violent communities where crack cocaine ravaged the whole hood. All of this shit is nothing coincidental or accidental, bro. When that crack shit hit, niggas was going to the can and killing before then, but when that crack shit hit, it created a whole different monster.
You know why? Because that shit created wealth for neighborhoods, man. That shit fed families, man. And so, that's the power of a dollar, the evil of that shit, because it can get you to turn on your friend, it can get you to turn on your brother, and it'll make your enemy even your best friend. Sometimes. I mean, that's how real the game get. Your enemies join sides with your own enemies just to get at you for the power of a dollar. But that shit devastated it's more than a generation, man. We talking about hood to hood, city to city.
That shit devastated the whole black America. That shit devastated the whole black America and beyond, because that shit hit other countries. Brazil, you understand what I'm saying? The whole black race, that shit devastated.
But once that money came into play, it put people together and divided a lot of people for the wrong reasons. Some people did right with their money, others just
Yo, it's crazy, because with that crack shit, bro, it's all type of motherfuckers that became drug lords, that them niggas wasn't planning on becoming no drug lords. They wasn't even thinking about the streets. Them niggas was playing basketball and getting good grades in school. But when that crack shit hit, niggas is like, niggas turned into kingpins. Like, whoever was the smartest nigga with some money, they could turn into a kingpin.
That's right.
And then they had brothers and cousins and uncles that'd go to them guns if necessary.
That's right. Like, I seen that shit firsthand in my household, man. My pops sniffing, smoking. What the fuck going on? I'm a kid. It was bad. This nigga was involving everything. I remember fucking going to I used to stay at my grandmother's house. We just went shopping one school year. You heard? I knew I was fly that school year. I had the Sherlin, fucking the Bo Jacksons that just came out and shit. I knew I was fly. You couldn't tell me nothing. Now my boy Princeton, I used to always compete with Princeton. He always had the Sherlin and shit. His mom kept him flying shit. Well, his family kept him flying shit. So this shit I got him and shit. I'm pulling up right. Man, me and mommy just went shopping. They laced me out, boy. Meanwhile, I'm at my grandmother's house for like the whole week. Now it's time to go home for the weekend. Go home. I couldn't wait to go in the closet and just throw my clothes on, boy. And I'll never forget it. Sunday afternoon, like 5 o'clock. She put the key in the door, opened the door. She said, "What?" Step back out. Step back out the door. I was like, "What happened?" I didn't even get to step inside the door. She closed the door and opened it back up again to make sure she's going into the right house. Opened up the door and the whole fucking living room was empty. Everything gone. Living room set, TV, stereo system, everything gone. I run in the back. The clothes, all my school clothes gone. Everything gone. It was mayhem from there. I didn't understand back then. I was like, yo, this nigga took everything. Fuck.
How old was you said?
I probably had to be like around 6, 7. Like 6, 7, around that time. Or like 6, 7 years old at the time. But that motherfucker, I'll never forget that shit. It's when Bulls had just came out. What was it, like 88?
Yeah, I think so.
That was like 88? Hey, the Bulls had just came out and shit. I mean, motherfuckers was rocking the Leafs back then, you heard? Back then. I'm talking about that era, you heard? Leafs and shit. But yeah, I'll never forget that shit. That's when I knew that shit was something crazy, but I still didn't understand, you know, I wound up being caught up in the same plague of, you know, being the dealer and not the user. That's what I learned from that. Like, I seen him do that, and I made a promise to myself, I'm never gonna do that. Whatever that is, that's bad.
But think about that though, bro. What type of motherfucking drug would make a nigga clean out his own crib, his own kid's crib, and clothes? Like, that drug was crazy, bro.
It's crazy. Yo, only thing that was left in that motherfucker, I think, was the dishes and shit, you heard?
Listen, bro, I done came home to the same shit, my nigga. I done came home to the TV gone. I done came home to the stereo gone. I done came home to motherfucking all type of shit gone, and a nigga having an excuse talking about somebody broke into the crib.
Yeah, it get crazy like that, you know, and then, man.
You know what I mean? And until we got hip to that shit and realized nigga was on crack and the nigga was taking that shit and selling that shit. But the nigga would never do no shit like that, my nigga. You understand? Like, the nigga before crack would never do no shit like that. So I knew it was that crack, bro.
Yeah, facts. You know, now, man, you know, the 80s was crazy because it was like, yo, we started talking about that shit with my homies. Yo, yeah, my pop did the same shit. Yeah, my uncle did the same thing. He took the TV, go on my homeboy's crib, supposedly going in there, do whatever, play a game, Nintendo or something like that. What happened to the game? That shit gone. It was normal, bro. That shit was normal. Yeah, that's the fucked up part about it.
Yeah, bro. But you know, this is why we gotta put these pieces to the puzzle together, because, you know what I mean, and realize that it wasn't nothing wrong with us. It was something wrong with life at the time. You feel what I'm saying?
Facts. And it still is, man. Still is. But,
real talk. Kids going through that same shit right now. It's kids going through that. Crack is still out here. It's all type of even more shit out here now. Kids is going through that same shit right now.
Yeah. It's just a whole different spin. Fucking with them beans and all the other shit. Like, man, all this shit designed for failure when we really look at it. But it's part of the game too, man. So I ain't never knocking nobody hustle how they get by, but you know, it's time to level up and do something different, man. So, but yeah, man, that whole crack era was just insane. I mean, it looks very alluring. It looks real good.
Yeah, but it's definitely a flip side to that shit that we would have to be fools. You would have to be a young nigga to still be fooled by that allure. You feel what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, my nigga, if you come from the ghetto, you live in poverty, if you getting $200 a week more than another nigga, niggas will kill you, bro. Yeah. Niggas gonna wanna try to kill you, my nigga. I told one of my mans that, I said, listen, you ain't got to be selling no keys for niggas to wanna rob and kill you. You could be selling you could be flipping an ounce a week, nigga, of weed.
Yup, and you're making it look good.
And you just looking too good out here for niggas. You feel what I'm saying? Like, you looking too unbothered and not stressed about money. And niggas will come for that $200 a week that you make, son. That $300 a week that you make, that you keep in your pocket just from some weed. Niggas will come for it and you'll die for it. You understand what I'm saying? So this shit is crazy, my nigga. If you appreciate what I'm doing over here on this YouTube channel, feel free to send me a Cash App donation. You heard? C-Man Suicide Polo with the ski man, running around the hood like He-Man.